In the news this week, who killed James Foley? International government's attempt to unmask the killer.
Here at home, Australians show their support on Daffodil Day.
And new efforts from WA communities to save water.
This is the Evening News with Ivan Leung and Ali Harper.
Good evening. The international investigation into the man who killed American journalist James Foley continues this week. The latest revelation suggests that the ISIS member who executed Mr. Foley is British. Darren McErlain begins our coverage.
The Iraqi terrorist organisation ISIS released an online video showing the beheading of a freelance American journalist. 40-year-old James Foley was beheaded by an ISIS member on a video named Message to America. Mr. Foley was kidnapped in Banesh, Syria on the 22nd of November 2012. His location was unknown until his beheading video was uploaded onto the internet. US President Barack Obama said the world is appalled by the murder.
Jim was a journalist, a son, a brother, and a friend. He reported from difficult and dangerous places, bearing witness to the lives of people a world away. Earlier today, I spoke to the Foleys and told them that we are all heartbroken at their loss and join them in honouring Jim and all that he did.
Darren McErlain, WAMN News.
To local news, Australians around the nation united to stand against cancer on Daffodil Day. The Cancer Council in Australia set a donation target of $9.7 million to fund cancer research, prevention programs and support services. Daniel Edwrds has the story.
Last Friday was Daffodil Day, which was organised by the Cancer Council. Thousands of outlets across the country sold merchandise, such as chest pins, pens, teddy bears and softball.
Daffodil is the flower that signifies hope. It's the first flower to bloom through into the spring after all the harsh weather, so it signifies hope to those going through the cancer journey.
The Cancer Council believes it's important for West Australians to show their support for those who are battling cancer.
It's a very difficult thing to go through, both the person that is diagnosed with cancer and their family and support network. So the Cancer Council WA prides itself on providing all of the support services it can to help those people along that journey.
Up to 350 Australians are diagnosed with cancer every day. All funding goes towards helping patients who are battling cancer. Daniel Edwrds, WAMN News.
The debate towards how many people will use the future airport rail line continues, with the opposition saying the government is comparing apples with oranges. Despite the pressure, the Premier stands by the figures. Kierath Taplin reports.
The opposition have said they are unconvinced with the government's estimated patron figures regarding the new airport railway are correct. Opposition leader McErlain argued the passenger calculation was based on figures assuming residents along the Midland Line will drive 5 kilometres to use the airport rail.
The government is desperate and is coming up with all sorts of lines and all sorts of figures in order to justify their argument.
But during question time, Premier Colin Barnett and Transport Minister Dean Nowder continued to stand by the patron numbers.
The first point that the Leader of Opposition talked about was people coming from Midland and north of Midland. People going to the airport in Forestfield, or particularly to the airport, are going to come from all over the metropolitan area, Mr Speaker.
But at the end of the day, it is the number that counts. And it is a projection into the future. No one finally knows until the railway is built, which it will be, and we'll see what the passengers are.
The debate continues. Kierath Taplin, State Parliament.
The City of Canning has admitted to WAMN News that they will be renting a new council office in the Carousel Shopping Mall in Cannington. The council's response comes after local residents tipped off our network this week. The council justified the move, stating there is a lack of space in the current administration headquarters. They assured Canning residents will not have to foot the new office bill with a rise in rates.
Clear way or tow away, that's the message the government is preaching to WA drivers who ignore parking signs. From the 8th of September, cars who parked in designated clearways, no parking zones and bus lanes will be towed, facing parking infringements plus a towing fine of up to $500.
That people will have to pay the fine to the council or the city for the parking infringement. They'll also need to pay for the towage, and they'll need to pay to retrieve their car, and that's why we're saying it'll cost upwards of $500.
The state government has devised a new water-wise development program, naming Corrine Rise and Alcamo Beach as the first water-saving developments. Water Minister Mia Davies says the two areas have installed special landscaping and plants, educated residents, and formed a goal to reduce water use by 20%. The program, run by the Water Corporation and the Urban Development Institute of Australia, WA, is committed to designing water-efficient homes and communities.
And before we leave you, Carly Samata's science segment will be back next week instead. And those are the top stories making news this week. I'm Ivan Leung.
And I'm Ali Harper. For more stories, you can visit our website or follow us on social media. Good evening.
Good night.